Atama, Labako, Aparina, For year now we dey talk as e dey do us for belle, not be so. So we are here today to just have a good time of discussion and discussion sharing. I would like to quickly take an overview of Small Scale Women Farmers Organization, the FCT chapter, how we began, where we are, the journey thus far, and where we want to head to. Abi? People, my people, not be so. My women, not be so. I remember when they talk, because I just they talk for now. Now, no saying, waiting be my name outside of my name. Waiting be my AKA name. Waiting be my AKA name. So una know me as AKA Chief Servant. So I just they talk our mind, not be so. No, we'll continue. So as we said, SWOFON was established in 2012. Today, seated amongst us are FCT executives and the FCT chapter. But we are in over 36 states in Nigeria. We actually are in the 36 states in Nigeria. Every state has a state coordinator and has a state executives. We have different projects running. We have farmers registered in cooperatives. So if you need to reach women farmers in any state, we are here to announce to you, our welcome guests, that we will be your leg, your hand, your eye, your mouth, your ears. You can always reach women farmers and smallholder women farmers, not political farmers, not big scale exporters, but the real farmers that are producing over 70% of Nigerians' food. Let's clap for ourselves now. Let me be happy for this room to do. So we are here to be able to get you to reach our other sisters and the other farmers around the states. As at the last census we did as an organization, we were over 500,000. That's a very moderate way of trying to be humble. The truth is that every cooperative has minimum of 15 members. And so when you look at how much we've come to over 2.6 million in Nigeria. Are we not happy to be part of that kind of association? You might ask, how did we get them as individual members? That is because we do not register just individual members, but we register cooperatives in the different states and associations, working as women in the different states, and that's how we got to those numbers. So in terms of our leadership structure, we have at the SWOFON Secretariat 4 staffs. One of them, which we all know, will be the latest Amaria on Saturday, no other than Joy Chukuma. Let's clap for her in absentia. So she won't make it here. And then we have other people who will be coming in to join us and are settling other things. I head the secretariat, and I also cooperate and work closely with the national executives and the state coordinators and cooperative heads across Nigeria. Our 8 national executives is actually led by the national president, Mrs. Mary Ishaya Afan, who is based in Plateau State. Let's clap for our president now. She sends her greetings. You would have loved to be here, but because we also have the National Farmers Forum. So this is FCT chapter, and every state has their own chapter of farmers. Today, we want to make every other member when not follow us come. Here waiting rural development thank you. And also for other people like IITA, our extension service department partners, and all the other government stakeholders to also enlighten us on what we. So maybe some of the questions they ask us today be say, in case anybody here just get the knowledge, they say, Oga President, just sign one agreement. Farmers, my empowered capacity builded farmers. They say our government just signed one agreement. African Continental Trade, wetin dem dey call am, agreement. So maybe some our farmers go come ask us today, say how that one come take affect us? How we go fit dey send our goods go Cameroon, Niger, Chad? Who we need to go meet? Abi no be so? After all, we say we want access to we wan begin to do cross-border trade and what? Markets. When we talk as we be farmers. So, part of the thing what we dey do now, to work with all the different level of governments to make sure say then they support the real grassroots farmers for the different communities. Farmers, women farmers. Oh, yeah. Una well done, no. Women affairs don't come. Oh, make we clap for them. Oh, say welcome, ma. Any other person get anything to talk again? All the journey. Una no go talk? Una no go talk? IITA waka. Then tell us, say those things when women farmers need, make we put them for letter, submit them. We submit, abi we no submit. We submit, abi we no submit. And the director say anytime when we need anything, make we just waka come meet them. Say them dey for us, their office they open for us to come. No be favor be this one. No be favor they do am for us. Una well done. Wow. Akama, Labako, Aparina. Wow, good to have my stuff here. Hello. I can see some he for she. With every due respect, I say good morning, sir. Good morning, mass. While I'm saying good morning, sir, and saying good morning, ma, we always reverence this our men. We always reverence them. The only problem we have with we women is that tradition did not help us. And partially, religion too is not helping us. Not that God has it in mind to bring us down. But the issue is that, you know, there are human beings that as soon as they see one loophole, they will utilize that loophole very well. I want to boldly say I am the best species, yes, that God has created. And all these women, anyone that is telling you, you are supposed to be at the back, you are supposed to be at the center, or the left, or the right, or you are not meant to be in front at all, that one is bastard lies from the pit of hell. Say, Kai, madam, if it is not issue of money, I would have married you. Chai! I say, Oga, you don't insult yourself. Finish. Because you can't insult me. I say, why are you attaching me with money? What is the idea? These men, they have this belief that once they have money, they get you. Kai, it is not. I told him, what is money? Money is just rubbish. So change your mentality. Whatever you are passing through, they are sucking your breast, they are disturbing it just for a while. Do it for a while. And when it's time, get up and do what you need to do. Work remains work until work is worked upon. Until the work is worked upon. But if this work is work, if you don't put work to make it worked out, it will never be.
worked out. It will be there as work. So on that note, I really want to tell us that we are doing so much with CBN. The ministry had decided to have what we call the national database for cooperative groups. Yes, and the idea behind it is that we want to have the cooperative groups of women in Nigeria in our database. So that if international donors are coming and they come, they say, we want to do this, we have so dollar and so on and so forth, want to do this. They will go to Women Affairs, and when they go to Women Affairs, they say, okay, we want to do projects like this with women and things like that, since women issue is now a global issue.
In a situation like we are local farmers, and some people are coming from some belief of a religion or some tradition, that whenever a woman wants to raise a head, they will suppress the person. And in that situation, when they suppress you, what are you going to do? Again, this one goes like this. You say a criterion for that loan. That is the thing where they grant you, the power that will grant you to have a loan. And you know we're farmers. Supposing I have a farm, and you say I will register my farm. Can I register my farm? How can I register my farm? And the petty businesswoman that maybe I'm doing cream. How can I register that cream? So if I don't have all these things, I cannot be able to collect loan. Number two, third question again. Number three, if I'm not mistaken, you say we need a guarantor. Well, 2 persons. So I don't know who and who to guarantee us.
Most of the loans that you apply for, you know, we are farmers and we have our farming periods. And most of the loans you apply, you find out that they don't meet your need at that farming season that you apply for them. So it's been a lingering problem. And I don't know how you can factor that into whatever tool that you work with so that women get loan on time. If they get loan when they are supposed to plant, they can plant and yield well. Thank you.
That's an observation.
What kind of bank can I register my assets? For this business loan of tenure for 4 years.
Good for.
Is it the same thing with like we small scale women farmers, at least our own will be the lowest?
You might call yourself small. It depends on what is small.
Sometimes the bank, they should disappoint us. They say, example, I need money for the farm. I started apply anything like a January. By the time you get it, the time passes. So that is the question.
Taking loan is not the best thing. Yes. In financial literacy will expose you to them. Borrowing. Things you need to put in place. Things you must check. Even the bank that you go and access loan. It's not all the banks that say we have sharp loan that are good banks. Yes, so that is what the financial literacy exposes us to. If you want to plan yourself, start from now. In your cooperative group, start saving. At home, you can be saving. You understand what I'm trying to say? Do you know, as soon as I clocked 10, left for me to retire, I embarked on a very massive project and nothing. Who are you in the market to make me not to do something in that project? Did you understand me? I am doing it, I still have 7 years plus. You understand? And I know I will finish it even before it remains 5 years. Plan ahead, work towards it, save it. I told us all these things that we are wearing, that is what is eating our money. Fashion, who are you fashioning for? Go to Gwenjoko and carry all the thing and package yourself. You know what is good for you. You don't need to go and gamble everything you see, you buy. Everything you see, you buy. I was sharing that experience. One of my former permanent secretary, they came, is an Igbo man. He said, Igbo people gathered and say, we are going to do, he's going to do Thanksgiving and so on. Ashebi, 25K, Hetai, 5,000 naira. They came to me, Mrs. Okeke, you know this man that is coming is our man now. We need to go and follow him for the Thanksgiving. I said, how much? He said, 25,000. I said, do you know what? Madam, please, just give me the Hetai. Yes, I collected the Hetai. On that very day, it was suit I wore with my big arigogoro. And I was, trust me, Gayoyo. I entered, I would dance. They were looking at me, people gathered, I was snapping pictures. I became, meanwhile, it was just 5,000 I spent. And be myself. You must not follow them. Do something different. And that is just it. So these are the things that are eating our money. God will help us.
I want to appreciate the last presenter. We are all products. Let us digress a little bit now from human matter. We are products of sucking of it. we fed to. We've talked about NAIC earlier on. You've known what is and what NAIC does. This afternoon I intend to dwell on about 4 things. Number 1 is the benefit. What is the benefit of NAIC to SOFON? Number 2, what are the perils that we cover? What dangers does NAIC insurance covers? Number 3 is how to access the NAIC product, the facility. How do you access it? And I also intend to discuss the government agri policy. Is part of the things I saw you do. So I want to talk a little bit on that. So for the benefits, is in the papers that we've shared out. You see the benefits of NAIC, but I've singled out some few that I want to share with you here. Number 1, it's payment of indemnity. When you have a loss, the company will pay you for the loss that you have suffered. And as we have all agreed, agric is a very risky venture, be it crop farming or livestock farming. The essence here that you pay a stipend, just a little amount, and in an event of a catastrophe, paid what you lost. If it is a loan, we pay back to the bank. And if it is just your own money that you put in, we pay directly to you. So that is the number 1 benefit. So you farming with peace, you don't lose. What you lose, you'll be paid back. Number 2 additional benefit of this is that we monitor that project that you insured with us. We have agric experts, we have experts in agric, we have experts in livestock that will be monitoring that project. We are now partners with you in that program because we want to see you succeed. We don't want to pay the claim. So it is in our interest to partner with you to monitor and advise you. Our experts will be with you until the end of that project. We are like extension agents to these businesses. In essence, you are getting additional professional advice on what you are doing from the insurance that you have paid. Number 3 is an added security for the loan. Any bank that is wishing to give you loan will ask for security in these areas because they don't want to lose. So they will want you to have an insurance cover. So this is an added security to you. And the last one and the most important one is that you are doing it with peace. It gives you peace of mind. You are put in this money and at the end of the day, it perishes. How do I do? What do I resort to? So you can now look back at the insurance company for indemnity that will put you back into the business. These are the benefits.
That was the last question for NAIC. Quickly, we'll be moving on to Ministry of Agriculture, Rural Development. Let's clap. Let us clap. Abi, you don't want your borehole.
Bring you greetings from my director, Engineer Odo. And I want to express my heartfelt, in fact, I'm really glad at what I'm seeing here. I've gone to so many meetings, but I've never seen a group that is so organized as C1. And because people are so organized, that's why you have been able to achieve so much. Do you know that you have achieved so much? Another round of applause for yourself. I was in state office for a very long time. I came to Abuja, and in state offices I've worked with so many organizations like this. I've never seen a group that has achieved so much as you people have done. So my message to you is that you people should keep going together, keep going stronger, and you will achieve more in Jesus' name. And for those that are not Christians, you will achieve more. So what I want to talk about briefly, you see, in agriculture, all that have been said here today, we've heard from the Women Affairs. She has given us a breakdown of everything concerning her section, and I want to go into rural development on its own. This government is really interested in rural development, apart from this one, even subsequent governments, because we know that the rural populace, they are really the base of this nation. Apart from those working in offices, majority of our population are farmers. They are still farmers. You agree with me? So for that reason, we are really interested in the affairs of the rural people. And for that reason, Department of Rural Development is really up and doing in trying to achieve all these goals. Though they are lofty, it's not easy going around the whole 36 states and achieving so much, but we are trying. For 2018, that just ended, so many boreholes were dug around the country, rural feeder roads were made, and rural electrification, all this were done. So in rural development, we try as much as possible to meet you people at your locality and provide you with the basic infrastructure that you need that will make agriculture easier for our people. So in going further, I will want to encourage CFON. You people have already made a pass mark at visiting our office, and you met with our director that assured you, you people, you will surely get that borehole, because that is what we are there for. Yeah. So rural development will surely give you that borehole, and I want to assure you, C4 women, that our department is not just borehole. For those that have farms in rural areas, if you need, if you feel your locality is far from the city center and it's difficult for you to take your produce to the main market, you can also come to our ministry and apply for rural roads. They can help you to get roads to make easy transportation of your goods to the marketplace. Yeah.
We are a UN organization based for research, and our mission is to be able to feed 2 million African people, nourish them very well every year. That's what we are doing. That's our mission. Our core mandate is research.
Agri Development Project, FCT ADP, as the head of extension. Foremost, let me commend the effort of SOFON. They have been tireless effort because they have been able to penetrate many organizations, including government organizations, despite the bureaucracies. So at least I think that is what we do in ADP is basically what we do is to provide information or advice to farmers on how to solve their problem or difficulties they are facing in their farm. When I say farm here, it means whether you are into crop farming, livestock farming, agroforestry farming, and fishery farming. And how are you, what is our main target? We want to increase your income so that that of your living. That is so all why we are doing all those things. It can't be done with, I think you can hear me. Yes. The way we do it is that at the headquarters, we are divided into 4 sections. That is extension, in order to reach the grassroots farmers. One of the sections is, they call it Unified Agri Extension. That Unified deals solely with the extension agent, the zonal extension officers. Then we have another section that's purely women, we call it Women Agri. That Women Agri, we have representative at zone and at block level. Is that clear? Oh, we didn't just stop there. We equally have what they call media. You know, we used to have radio programs on agriculture, then TV programs, all that. Then we produce flyers for some of them that in different language for those that don't understand English. Is that clear to us? So that is how we operate. And we, you know, we work in
collaboration. Let's movement. We need extension services, though. And where are we going to now?
So we equally work in collaboration with donor projects too. So we have a unit that coordinates that donor project. Like for example, if we are going to have IITA project, we dedicate a unit to that. You know, USAID project, and presently we have JICA projects on nutrition and market-oriented agriculture. So how do we now operate so that it gets to the rural farmers? In LCT, all the area councils, we call them zones. They are into zones. And each of the zones, we have the zonal manager. So apart from the zonal manager, we have zonal extension officer. Then we have SMS, that is subject matter specialist, that must be a woman. Is that clear? He does the activity of the man. So the woman is always there. And we didn't just stop at the zones. And after the zones, we have other villages that are less in population than the zonal villages. So which we call block extension offices.